Put your faith in the light.
Hello guys, welcome to another one of my videos. This is Lightblade. Well guys, in this video we're going to be talking about recent changes that Blizzard announced in this Wowhead article about the item level of gear in Shadowlands. So first of all, let's go with the good changes. They announced the big vault, the Great Vault, that this is the new gearing weekly cache that we'll have for Shadowlands instead of just the box from Mythic Plus 15s that we have at the moment in BFA. And this is really good because they announced that the pieces that you can get from your Great Vault won't ever be duplicated. So the Great Vault works this way. You have 9 options to pick gear from there, but you unlock options whenever you do certain content. So the more Mythic Plus you do and the higher Mythic Plus level of the key you do, the more you will get up to 3 options from Mythic Plus dungeons. The more raiding you do, you will get 3 options from raiding content, and the more rated PvP you do, you will get 3 options from PvP. In total, 9 options to pick from. These options, as I've said before, can't be duplicated, so that's really great for anyone that wants to gear really fast, because in the past in Legion and in BFA you only had one chance to get items from your Mythic weekly cache. Sometimes it was bad, sometimes it was good, but most times it was bad. But anyways, this is a really good improvement that we have now in Shadowlands. Okay, now let's go to the bad news. Okay, so this is the bad news, guys. So Blizzard released the item level loot table of end of dungeon rewards and raiding. As we can see here, the end of dungeon rewards for Shadowlands are going to be for a Mythic 15 210 item level, and the weekly Great Vault will be a 226 item level. This means there isn't any change for the weekly thing. It's still a Mythic item level quality item, but the end of dungeon one is 3 item levels under heroic rating, which is a really big nerf, because all the way in Battle for Azeroth and in Legion, the item level of the end of dungeon chest was always higher or equal to heroic rating, which was really good, because pushing a key to Mythic 15 isn't really easy. You have to go through all of the level of keys, and there can be failures. You can go back, you can move forward, and it's a really long journey. And this is a really slap in the face to all Mythic Plus players, especially because now Mythic Plus is only going to be seen as a stepping stone to get to other content. You know, like people wanted Mythic Plus to be its own thing to progress to endgame. But now it isn't. It's just a stepping stone, and that's really sad for a lot of people. So in its current iteration, this system will basically make Mythic Plus just a way to gear up for heroic rating, and then you go to Mythic rating, and that's it. And that's a regression in my eyes, because this was the way that WoW was before, like really far back, when I think Cataclysm on Pandaria, because people just did dungeons to gear up the first week and then forgot about dungeons, and maybe did one dungeon to get their badges, to get some extra catch-up gear. That was the extent of dungeons. Then Legion came here, and Legion saved dungeons because it gave them a new purpose, giving them really nice rewards, and given the weekly cache and everything that we know now. And Blizzard stick to Mythic Plus in Legion, Battle for Azeroth, and now Shadowlands. So I think they know this is a great system, but they don't know how to balance it correctly. In Legion, we had a lot of gear, like we had gear everywhere. And if you did like a lot of Mythic Plus dungeons, you got rewarded. It was a progression system, because if you spammed a lot of Mythic Plus dungeons, you could get like a really great Titan Forge or Warforge, and you felt really good because you did a lot of work to get that. You spammed a ton of Mythic Plus dungeons. You were doing the content you had to do to get the gear you wanted. So that was really good in Legion. I didn't have any problems with Warforged and Titan Forging. I don't know why Blizzard took it away. So in Battle for Azeroth, we could do the same in the first seasons, because the Titan Forging and Warforging still existed. just in a limited matter, because weapons couldn't Titan Forge, they could only Warforge. So there was still that rush whenever you did a Mythic Plus key, that you knew there was going to be something in that box at the end of the dungeon that could be really great, you know, that it had a Titan Forge, a socket, maybe both, and it was a great feeling to have, you know. And then they changed it and removed Warforging and Titan Forging and went to corruptions. And corruptions still, even though corruptions were less likely to happen in a Mythic Plus dungeon, they could still happen, and so you had that incentive at the end of the chest to see maybe there's something like a Twilight Devastation when it was really good at the start of the corruption things. Maybe there was an Echoing Void before it was nerfed, or Infinite Stars or something like that. And people were really excited to open the chest at the end of the dungeon. Also, people tried to time the key, because now with the current Shadowlands system you can only get one piece of gear. Doesn't matter if you time the key, doesn't matter if you 3-chest the key, you only get one piece of gear. In Battle for Azeroth, if you timed the key, you got an extra piece of loot. So people try harded so they could get that extra piece of loot. Now that there isn't that incentive, people are just going to slog through dungeons just to get that last piece of gear, and if someone gets it, nice. If someone doesn't, also nice. So it's going to be like a really sad time for Mythic Plus players, especially if you want to gear doing just Mythic Plus, because whenever you gear up for Mythic Plus dungeons, whenever you go to raiding, to heroic raiding, you're already behind heroic item level. So that's going to be really annoying. Another thing that this system does, it kills the incentive for new Mythic Plus people to join in other communities to push keys, because they're only going to do like a 15 key and just forget about it, and there's no incentive to push higher. I myself like to push keys higher because it's fun for me. I enjoy doing challenging content, and even though I don't get rewarded by it, I just do it for fun. But there's a lot of people that really like their loot, and whenever they see that Mythic 15, like the best gear that you can get from Mythic Plus is like behind heroic item level gear, you're going to say, oh, that's just trash, why am I doing this? And then lose the incentive to push higher. So I think this is a really bad change that Blizzard should look and make some adjustments. Maybe give us a currency for doing Mythic Plus dungeons so we can upgrade this gear. I don't know, just spitballing ideas here. Maybe give us some bonuses for using certain gear in dungeons. This is really a sad situation for all Mythic Plus players. Okay, guys. So anyways, that's the end of my rant, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment below and tell me, what do you think about this system? Do you think it's okay, they should leave it like that and just make Mythic Plus just a stepping stone to get to other content? Do you hate the changes, or do you despise them, as myself? I despise this change. So guys, if you enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.